Slaughterhouse by Slaughterhouse. Slaughterhouse is a supergroup including artists Royce da 5'9", Crooked I, Joel Ortiz, and Joe Budden. The group came together after a song they recorded called Slaughterhouse. Before signing with Shady Records, the group dropped their debut album Slaughterhouse. How do we feel about it? Here's our honest review of Slaughterhouse by Slaughterhouse.
Slaughterhouse by Slaughterhouse, man.
Slaughterhouse.
You got a story?
A little bit. We'll get into it.
How you feel about this album artwork?
I think it's pretty dope. Now, was there two different kinds, or was like mine the bonus
They
version?
had that deluxe one with the pig upside down,
Yeah.
but this is the real artwork.
Okay,
I
I thought
actually
so.
had the physical CD. That's
Okay.
the artwork on the CD.
I thought so. But yeah, I was feeling this one. I have one question. Why is Joel's hat blurred out? Is there supposed to be any team there? Because I noticed everybody else is rocking like, some kind of, team. Is there any reason that? I was going to ask you.
I don't know. I mean, maybe he just had on a all black hat with
Okay.
no logo on it.
Oh, okay. But yeah, I feel like the album artwork is pretty dope. I mean, it's simple,
You like the pig
classy.
better?
No, I like this one better because I just like the grungy feel of this one better.
Yeah, I like that. It the abstract kind of feeling, paint splattered and
Yeah.
concrete cracking in the background is actually really dope.
Yeah.
Slaughterhouse, this was actually like the first time I got like an extended listen to Crooked I. I had already knew about everybody else. I knew who Crooked I was.
Okay.
I just hadn't heard him extensively. So when I saw him, I was just like, yeah, that's Crooked I. So I finally get a chance to hear his music. You know?
Okay.
The flow of this project, man, it is just pretty much like lyrical homicide over really dope beats.
Yeah.
That's the flow of this project.
Flow is just ridiculous, bars after bars after bars over some dope production.
Yeah, man. So the highlights on this project, I have a lot of highlights on this
Of
project.
course you would.
Oh, you don't?
Oh no, I do.
I got a lot of highlights on this joint, man. Sound off when it first initially starts. The horns on that joint are pretty damn epic.
Yeah.
Lyrical Murders. I really like how it started out with a whole different track. I really want to hear that song.
You know what? I was gonna ask you that, but I thought that was like just something on purpose. Like
That beat sound like it was about to be crazy.
Yeah. So I didn't know if that was just like a teaser for like another song unreleased.
They
or
never
like
put
that.
it out.
Okay.
But your Focus killed that beat. Everybody destroyed it. Especially I love Crooked Eye's verse a lot in that joint.
Okay.
We the mob, homie, who need a job, and I'm so fly to Derek Fisher, I need a live.
That was hard.
But yeah, he killed that joint. I can name every song on this joint, but if I'm gonna just pick the ones that I really gravitate to, Cut You Loose, because that's how I was feeling about hip hop at the time this album came out.
Yeah.
Like, just didn't really care to listen to it anymore. But that song kind of just summed it all up.
Yeah.
Like that's kind of like around the time where I just started falling off the producing.
Oh,
'Cause I was
okay.
just like, yo, this shit is getting on my nerves. Like, people getting on with these whack beats, and I'm trying to take all this time to do it. And
Okay.
but like Joel summed it up, man. Who stole my whip, man? I'm losing my drive. I remember when singles used to have cuts on it. Now it's like the rewind button got mad
That
dust
shit was
on
hard.
it.
That shit was hard. I was like, I gotta run that back.
That line was so hard. And I really like Onslaught 2 and Cuckoo.
Okay.
Because Cuckoo put Joe Budden in his element.
Okay.
Where he could just kind of like just talk about some old crazy stuff, And I really like that song. Oh, and also Raindrops too.
Now, with me, when this came out, I do remember the talk about Slaughterhouse. I remember everything. But I ain't gonna lie, I was a hater back then when it came to some kind of hip hop music. I'm just saying, back then I was very picky in my particular
I'm
taste of
disappointed
music.
in you, man.
But that's just what it is, and I gotta be honest about that. Because like everybody always talking about Slaughterhouse this, Slaughterhouse that. For some reason, I just was never inclined. But like now that I listen to it now, because I remember listening to it, but not really caring about it. It was just kind of like, it played in the air and you're just like, it's all right.
Just so you can say it was trash.
Exactly. But with time, my taste for lyrical music grew over the years because, this was 2009. I think the only lyrical person I was listening to was like Lupe and Common and stuff like that. But as time grew, I start to appreciate more, different artists. So with that being said, I do remember listening to this album, but not in the full context. So actually going back to listening to it now, one song that always stood out to me, even when I was a hater back then, was The One. And I just like that song. The beat is just so hard. And I really love that one. Microphone. I don't know if I ever heard that before, but I'm mad I never have, because that song, it's just crazy.
Too many frogs go ribbit and never leave lilies.
Exactly. There's so many lines from this album I could quote, but my memory ain't like Dame, so I gotta have some notes.
I've listened to this album so many times. I'm pretty sure it's in the hundreds.
Yeah.
I used to listen to this joint repeatedly.
Okay. Onslaught 2 has to be other than the one, has to be like my top on this album. Like, I don't know what it is about it. It's just the perfect, I want to say, collaboration. Even though I know they're a group, it just seems like the perfect collaboration. I feel like every style that they brought to this catered to that song itself. And Raindrops and Cut You Loose, I can play that all day.
Yeah. Also, Salute with Pharoah Monch on the hook.
Yeah.
Like the vibe he gave you on that hook is unforgettable. Lowlights, man. If I had any lowlight for this project, man, it would be Killers. Even though they killed that song, I wasn't a fan of the beat, man. Email, he dropped the ball on that beat. Everybody killed the verses. My other knock would be, I just didn't like the fact that they didn't change up the order a whole bunch.
Okay.
Like the order.
So it was like, I kind of felt
always,
that too.
It
seemed like Joe Budden was always last.
Songs that it's not this order, but for the most part, Royce always went first for the most part on this album, and Joey went last, and it kind of like somewhere in between there, Crooked Eye and Joel would kind of go back and forth, switching where they would go.
Okay, I thought it was just me noticed that.
I mean, no, there's a couple songs where it didn't happen.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to think, Slaughterhouse on the Place to Be, C, and we got What It Takes to Rock the Mic. On that one, Joel went last.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just, but that's it. That's the only knock I really have on this project. I mean, I think them four are like ridiculous together.
Yeah, my only low light was Killers. I feel like they all killed it, like you said, but as far as the beat and production, just everything coming after Raindrops, I just kind of felt like, dang, you just go to something deep and hard, like Raindrops to this. Like, it kind of continued like that kind of feel, but I would have ended it with Raindrops if I was them. Maybe put Killers somewhere else in here.
Yeah, final thoughts, man. Look, Slaughterhouse to me, the locks always would say you can't put 3 people together and get this combination, and they're right.
Yeah.
But you could put 4 people together and get this combination. And I
That's
think
pretty good.
I think these 4 rappers together, like, I don't know if you can put 4 rappers together that can rap better than these 4 when they're on their stuff together. Like, it's ridiculous how crazy and lyrically capable these guys are. Like, I've grown to start, like, I had already been following Joe. Yeah. Like, from the beginning, when I first heard Joe, I've followed Joe ever since then. I love Joe's music. Yeah. And then, like, once he started bigging up Royce, I had already knew who Royce was, because, as you know, Grand Theft Auto 3, Royce was the man.
Yes.
The soundtrack.
Yes.
Joel Ortiz had already been, like, I've been messing with him since he told you to take your white sunglasses off and step on your white sunglasses. And, like, I've been following ever since that. And then Crooked Eye, like, soon as I heard this, I started going back, like, yo, this dude been nice since Death Row. And I was just hating on anything Death Row after Pac died. Okay. Because I felt like Suge had something to do with his death. So I'm like, and then they put out that fake Snoop Dogg. I don't know if you remember. If you go back and listen to All About You, Tupac's song All About You, the real version got Snoop. The fake version got this dude called Top Dog. And he rapped 100% like Snoop. And then they got this rapper that sounded like Tupac. And, like, he was trying to mimic the Death Row era after all these artists left, and it was super whack. And then Crooked Eye went there around that time, and it was just like, I was just like, he seems dope, but he with all of them. So, it was guilty by association. But he's nice.
Yeah, what I come on from this project is the fact that you can put 4 artists together and have them sound equally, if not better, not without trying to put, how you put a group, oh, he's better than him, he's better than him. I felt like everybody was on par this whole project. Every time I thought Royce took another level, Crooked would come take it this level, and then Joe come in here and everything like that. I just love that, the fact that I didn't have to pick or choose when it comes to, group members. And I think that stands out to me, being a strong point of this album, is the fact that you could put 4 powerhouses together and still come away with a complete sounding project.
Final grade, man. Look, I'm going to give this joint a check. By the way, you should go and check out their song, Slaughterhouse, the very first song they did together. Okay. It's on Joe Budden mixtape, Halfway House. You can find it on any free mixtape site. They killed it. And it was more people at that point. It was like 6 rappers. Like Bliss was in it. And But Royce destroyed
For
that
real?
verse.
Okay.
Yeah. But Slaughterhouse is the group. I love Slaughterhouse. I really wish they would get back together. I wish Joe would drop his ego because I know it's Joe. I know if there's a problem, I know it's Joe. Everybody else is like, let's finish the contract, and everybody's like, Joe's like, nah, let's just end it. This is how I operate. So Joe, even if the three did it together, you know, just Joe. I mean, it would seem weird, especially since Joe basically put the group together.
Okay.
But these 4 MCs together are amazing, and I don't see any 4 rappers being able to get together and have that type of chemistry on the songs where they can say, hey, let's have a song like like Teardrops or What a Shame. I don't know what the name of the song is called.
Raindrops,
right now.
Pray is a shame.
Yeah, Pray.
Mm-hmm.
Like that vibe. Like they can just say they're gonna do that song and
just
kill it. Like they have a song called Truth for Truth on the House mixtape.
Okay.
Ridiculous. It's 15 minutes long.
Okay.
Every time I try to let somebody listen to it, they're like, bro, you want me to listen to a 15-minute song? Nah.
I mean,
no, I'm not listening to a 15-minute song. But to me, it's amazing.
Okay.
Like they straight going in for 15 minutes. Everybody going for like 4 minutes, except for Royce.
Okay.
He take like 1 minute. But everybody else went in for like 5-6 minutes.
Okay.
It's ridiculous. But yeah. Shout out to Slaughterhouse, man.
Yeah, man. Check for me. I feel like if you haven't dabbled into it like I have, don't miss out like I did. But, I'm pretty sure everybody else is up on it. I was just probably the only one sleeping. I feel like, that this is a great project. I hope they can get back together. I don't know, like you said, with Joe's ego. But, we'll see with time.